Welcome to Acatink Unitarian Universalist and our live stream welcome service. I'm John Long, your worship associate today. Acatink UU Church is a welcoming and inclusive community that seeks to create a more just and compassionate world through our actions to bring about justice and by unending the web of nature of which we are all a part. All are welcome here, no matter whom you love, no matter your identity or heritage, no matter your beliefs or background, no matter your means or your gifts. You are welcome here in this religious community. You're also welcome to share in our virtual coffee hour after worship, simply by staying in the Zoom meeting afterwards. All are encouraged to get a virtual name tag. If your full name does not appear on the screen, simply locate the Zoom chat box by moving your cursor, open the chat, and type in the name you'd like to appear. One of our greeters will adjust your name on the screen so everyone will know who you are. If you're new to Acatink and would like to talk more about this church, please feel free to reach out to me or our minister, Reverend Pippin, or to send an email to greeters@acatinkuu.org. You can check out the online order of service on the worship section of our webpage. The webpage again is www.acatinkuu.org. And while you're on the website, be sure to check our events page for upcoming virtual gatherings and other news. I now invite you to close your other windows and apps and devices. Take a deep breath and center yourself for worship.
Good morning and happy day after Independence Day. My name is Nancy Melito and I am your worship leader for today. I've been involved in Acatink for 10 years now, and the longer I stay, the more I appreciate the 7 principles that make up our Unitarian Universalist faith. I hope that all those who find their way here experience the acceptance, support, and kindness that are the hallmarks of this church. We begin a month of exploring hope today, the day after our country's anniversary of independence from England. But we live in a tumultuous time that we could never have imagined. How do we find hope now? We join together in worship and find out. I invite you to join me and light your own chalices at home with these words by Barbara Peskin. For the beauty of the earth, this spinning blue-green ball, yes, Gaia, mother of everything, we walk gently across your back to come together again in this place, to remember how we can live, to remember who we are, to create how we will be. Gaia, our home, the lap in which we live, welcome us. Those of you who know me know that I was raised right. I was raised on Star Trek. In the late 1960s, with racial tensions literally running riot and the Cold War freezing at warp speed, what was the appeal of a TV show that took place in space hundreds of years from now? Hope. Hope for the future. A future where humanity not only did not blow ourselves up in nuclear war, but where each person was valued for their own unique qualities, where races meant not only humans, but sentient species from all over this galaxy and the next, working together for the good of all. This is Star Trek. I say is because the appeal was so powerful, so influential, that Star Trek has never really died. Even today, we have 2 ongoing TV series that still embody the ideals put forth by a visionary called Gene Roddenberry. The 1960s were a time when difference was bad. Difference was dangerous. It was something to be fought against. Flower power, Black is beautiful, and anti-war protests were bad. They were not baseball, mom, and apple pie. They weren't the same. But no one is the same. And Gene Roddenberry made that a good thing. His philosophy hung around the neck of the most different person we saw on our TV screens every week, a man with green skin and pointed ears who was only half human. He was a Vulcan, his name was Spock, and the philosophy was called IDIC, infinite diversity in infinite combinations, and the beauty that results from those combinations. Beauty, growth, progress all result from the interplay of diverse elements. The triangle combined with the circle create the gem in the middle. Hatred, bigotry, and thinking of anyone as lesser do not belong in the world of Trek and do not belong in this world either. Diversity and the delight that comes from sharing it with each other are what makes existence worthwhile. Hail Trek! I have a quote from Paul Robeson. Paul Robeson is one of the most remarkable people born in our country. The son of a runaway slave, he was born in 1898 and through his talent and hard work became a college-educated star athlete, concert singer, actor, international civil rights activist, and oh yes, he became a lawyer along the way. He died in 1976, but his legacy is that most certainly of a life well lived. I urge you to look up this most remarkable man. These are his words printed in our own hardback hymnal, reading number 462. I shall take my voice wherever there are those who want to hear the melody of freedom or the words that might inspire hope and courage in the face of despair and fear. My weapons are peaceful, for it is only by peace that peace can be attained. The song of freedom must prevail. I have titled this homily, Protesting for Change in the Age of COVID. The theme of this month is hope. Hope? We have a virus running rampant, the recession from it. We have protests in the streets, some peaceful, some not. We have police attacking citizens in full view of cameras. And now our soldiers are being hunted for money, paid for by a foreign government. How are we to find hope in this chaos? Let us take some clues from the past. Some may be familiar. From the preamble to our Declaration of Independence, we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Note the words, in order to form a more perfect union. Now, paraphrasing from the Declaration of Independence itself, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that it is the right of the people to alter and institute new government, organizing it as to seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Note the words, the right of the people to institute new government to affect their safety and happiness. And finally, to preserve that safety and happiness, we have the First Amendment to our Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Note the words, the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition for a redress of grievances. So, where is our hope? Right there in those words that are the very foundation of our country. Where there is wrong, we can make it right. We can form a more perfect union. Our country was founded by men who protested against an uncaring government. Without protest, we would not exist. So, how do we protest to right what we see as wrong in the age of COVID-19. We cannot all go out into the streets, but we can protest right from our homes. We can donate money to causes such as Black Lives Matter, the Poor People's Campaign, and the ACLU. We can give our time to our UU social justice initiatives. We can call and email, and yes, even write our legislators, and insist that we change how the police function in society. But above all, we must vote for those people who would represent us and vote out those who seek power through oppression. Voting is a privilege many parts of the world do not have, and we must use it or we will lose it. Now, in answer to those who say that we are trying to destroy our society, we are erasing our heritage, that we are un-American, again, I point to the words in which our country was founded. Contrary to simply accepting things as they are, it is most American to protest. It is the most patriotic thing we can do. Insert flag waving here. The following words were written by a person named Micah Redden, and I think Micah sums up my feelings better than I could. Micah writes, "While I am more than aware of the multitude of issues that plague the United States, I think we would all be remiss if we did not acknowledge that for many of us, our ability to acknowledge those issues and to stand up and fight injustice is a huge privilege that many people around the world do not have. I fight for what is right because I see the potential for love and beauty and goodness in this country, not because I hate it. I hate racism. I hate homophobia. I hate transphobia. I hate sexism. I hate xenophobia. I hate the oppression of the poor. I hate the hoarding of wealth by the top 1%. We are so much better than the things which hold us back. Let us continue to do the work to make this country everything we know it can be." Thank you, Micah. And so we, as UUs, must engage in social justice work to fight all forms of oppression that keep us from becoming a just and equitable society. Protest is the ultimate patriotism. Let us join together to become a truly United States of America.
And now, though we extinguish our chalice flame, we carry with us what we've kindled. We carry the light of inspiration. We carry the warmth of compassion. We carry the fire of commitment. When we bring these gifts into our lives and share them radiantly out into the world. And now I invite you to join with me in our community blessing with the words of David Bombom. So let's try to say together. This church is dedicated to the proposition that behind all our differences and beneath all our diversity, there is a unity that makes us one and binds us forever together in spite of time, death, and the space between the stars. We pause now in silent witness to that unity.
And now, a quote from Reverend Barbara Wells. Again, a reading, number 431 in our hardback hymnal. O spinner, weaver of our lives, your loom is love. May we who are gathered here be empowered by that love to weave new patterns of truth and justice into a web of life that is strong, beautiful, and everlasting. May it be so.